Man, Shaka, you 1,000 subscribers, everybody. 1,000 subscribers!
30.
I can't wait to do our actual 1,000 subscriber special.
What is our 1,000? What should that 1,000 subscriber special be?
Who knows?
I think Cooking 101 would make a decent 1,000 subscribers.
I think Disco Elysium 101 would make a fantastic.
We can finish our Twilight. We already have part 1 uploaded.
No, we don't. That's deleted.
Deleted.
No, you guys.
No,
I was supposed to. You're supposed to agree with me.
I just received a blankie.
We were supposed to
Ed just
gaslight
got.
them.
Ed's in blanky mode. He got a blanky.
I'm in blanky mode. I'm chill maxing. I'm
comfy build. Yo, let's go.
No, he's comfy.
Two very important things happened today.
Okay.
One, we hit 1K subscribers.
Woo!
Yay!
Two, it's
go.
420.
Yay!
Yeah, happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah.
All right, so the story of Shaka U. For those of you who don't know, we were actually a real university in Nevada in the 90s. So in Nevada, it's really, really easy to make a university. You just register it and get like 2 people to agree to be professors. And so my dad's friends, one of them named Shaka, made a university where they gave themselves fake degrees in computer science to get jobs. The coolest degree that came out of Shaka University so far is the sheep herding degree. My dad has a master's in sheep herding from Shaka University. We've decided to carry on the legacy, and that's what we're bringing you. This was the brainchild of Professor Roland.
I did nothing. I'm not involved at all. I had nothing to do with this. I'm sorry. This is everyone else's fault but mine.
Hypnospace.
Yeah, Ants? That's a great game. I think someone should do a lecture on it.
And there's also one other secret about Shaka U y'all get to know now that we're at 1K. I deleted like half the lectures.
Woo!
But it's okay, because like 90% of them were Roland lectures.
Yeah, woo! One of them was on Slenderverse.
Yeah, I deleted an Ninjago lecture.
No more Marble Hornets.
Yeah,
Marble
I deleted
Hornets.
the Twilight lecture. What's some other fun ones?
The Marble Hornets lecture.
We literally went to the forest where they filmed what was the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
We went to that forest to
It's
film a
true.
lecture,
I was
and
there.
then the footage got fucking deleted, and now I don't even want to do it anymore. It sucks.
How do I... By the way, am I vaguely visible?
You're entirely visible. You're so good.
Sick. We deleted a Twilight lecture. We deleted 3 OC lectures.
Wait, Paul's mine. Who else had one?
Me!
You
we
had
deleted
one?
Rusted White.
Rusted White got deleted?
Yeah.
Wait, this is actually a tragedy.
That was like one of my favorite lectures we hadn't uploaded yet. Dang
It's okay, because all of mine are uploaded.
Yeah, we have all of Jackson's lectures,
redo your
all of
OC
Ed's lectures,
lectures.
and all of Dion's lectures. So like,
precious
it's chill.
little.
It's
Redo
fine.
all your OC lectures, please. Thank you.
The Nick
I'll
Land
redo.
lecture got saved.
Yeah. Wait, when you say the next one that we're uploading?
No, the Nick Land lecture.
Oh, the Nick Land. Okay, I thought you said the next Ed. Okay.
Next one.
So, that's all the important stuff for the 1K
Wait, what did that
subscribers.
have to do with shadow people?
Oh, that's why I deleted the lecture.
Oh, the shadow people told you to?
Well,
Could you go into that a little bit?
no.
No? Okay.
I don't think that we should be talking about the shadow people.
Oh, do they not like it?
They listen.
Yeah,
Say, let's the shadow man.
they'll come for you in your dreams if you fuck with them.
Okay.
If you insist.
So, 420 everybody, it's weed
Woo!
day.
I don't
So-
smoke, but I respect everyone else's right to do so.
The war on drugs. We love Ronald Reagan. Mr. T fucked his wife.
It's true.
It's true, I was there.
So, the war on drugs was bad, right?
Sure. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Can someone explain the general what was fucked up about the war on drugs?
The audience doesn't know whose hand was raised.
Hi!
Hello.
So the war on drugs was bad because it primarily focused on members of minorities or other marginalized groups and made the perception of them as being criminals rather than being, people.
Well,
So, pretty much up until 2023 when weed was legalized, white people and black people smoked weed about the same rates, and black people were much more likely to be arrested for it, right? So, Maryland, 2023, legalizes weed.
woo! Woo-hoo.
Cool.
arrest records for black male charges on weed-related crimes actually increased since 2023 in the majority of counties in Maryland.
Racism? Something about racism.
You're close.
I
yeah.
think,
Yeah, racism.
The idea was legalizing
High
weed was
five.
supposed to stop this blanket tool of discrimination, right?
Blanket.
But again, more arrests on weed-related charges have happened since legalization. So what is the crime you can do with weed in Maryland still? What's illegal to do with weed?
Sell it without a license?
Sell it without a license.
Woo!
Yeah.
So, big weed is making a lot of money, right? So they are very incentivized to make sure that anyone who doesn't have a license gets punished. So now we have capital corporate things fucking up people.
Big weed is
Shit
cool.
sucks. Big weed is evil. There's also a few little tricks that big weed has successfully lobbied into Maryland's law that keep this system perpetuating. One, in Maryland, unlike many other states, notably Montana, to have a dispensary, you need a shit ton of security. This is mandatory. You cannot have a dispensary in Maryland without a bunch of dudes with guns. You have to pay all these people. This means that if you sell weed on the street, there is no way for you to get to selling weed legally. Because you basically need investors and a whole funding set up to get a whole group of security people, not to mention a building and all this shit. Right?
Right.
Another reason that big weed really likes having this much security is that a big fear a lot of communities have. They push back dispensaries being built in their neighborhood because they don't want the riffraff coming around.
I'm one of those.
You and I'm riffraff.
Hi, Riff Raff.
I'm an undesirable.
And so the basic idea is we have a shit ton of security here, so no undesirables are safe in this area. So don't worry about it. We're actually making places more upper class white friendly by building dispensaries. We're building a new paradigm of control. Does that make basic sense?
Yeah.
All right. Now there's this really... So originally, Maryland was trying its best to offset potential racist outcomes out of legalizing weed. And so they made a system where they would give weed licenses to so many people with a preference towards women, black-owned businesses. And they made a rule saying you aren't allowed to sell your dispensary for 5 years. Why might we make that rule?
Because that means you can't make any money for 5 years, so you have to have investors to prop it up. Am I understanding correctly?
So all
Not
the
quite.
people can make actual businesses.
So the idea is actually to protect these small businesses by big weed coming in and swallowing them up. Basically, you have 5 years of just you and your license and you do your thing. Big weed, I went to a weed conference, by the way, very recently at my law school.
WeedCon!
WeedCon.
Yeah, and there were 2 panels. One was the corporate weed, and the other was black rights advocacy groups. And right now we're talking about what I learned from the corporate weed people. And they threw a fucking fit about this 5-year rule. They said it was unjust because, quote, these people do not know how to run businesses. We're making a false promise to these people who think that they can just sell weed and make money, and it doesn't work like it does on the street. You need investors and a business plan, and these people don't know how to do it. So we need to get rid of this 5-year rule so people more suited to run these businesses get them. Are y'all seeing through this coded language here?
What do they mean by these people? Who are these people?
The black people who are getting the licenses from the state of Maryland.
There's the kicker.
But there's hope. It's not all fucked up. It's not all fucked up. So, something the black advocacy groups talked about is a bill they successfully lobbied for to get into Maryland's weed legalization code. 30% of all sales, all taxes from weed, get reinvested in the community. So how exactly does this work? What they do is they look at the arrest records for minorities in counties for weed. and they proportionally give this money to the counties with the highest arrest records. So the idea is that people most harmed by the war on drugs are getting the most benefit from legalization of weed. Furthermore, and this is the really fucking cool part, so the money does not go to the state of Maryland to do whatever charity stuff it wants. The money goes to the local county government. And in order for the county government to spend this money, they have to hold a community hearing where people are allowed to come in and say their voice on what should be spent on. And they have to decide based on this community meeting how they're going to spend their weed tax money. That way the people directly have a line and a voice to how their community is being reinvested in. Isn't that so fucking smart?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you can see, on the surface, weed legalization seemed like a really good idea. And yet, we legalize weed and fucked up shit starts happening. So that leads me to the bigger question. Should all drugs be legal?
Tyler
No.
says yes.
Yes.
No, not all of them.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
them.
Here's my huge concern about legalizing drugs. If you legalize drugs for people, you're also legalizing them for corporations.
Yeah.
And they will do really fucked up shit with these drugs.
You know what? True. You're so right.
Have you all heard about Johnson & Johnson?
A family company? Oh, SC John. That was SC John. My bad. Johnson & Johnson. No. What are you speaking?
Yo, we
Family companies.
Right. Okay.
opioid crisis go crazy, bro.
I love opioids.
So, let's say you're playing high school sports and you get injured, right? Well, we can fix you right up with this opioid pill. Oh no, are we creating addicts? That's a shame because we're making a lot of money off this opioid shit. Let's keep fucking pushing it. So, Johnson & Johnson got the shit suit out of them, right? But during this time, our Lord and Savior Donald Trump was president. And so, how do you think Donald Trump treated this case?
With I'm sure with a ton of respect and due diligence.
So, he made a deal with Johnson & Johnson that they get away scot-free for everything as long as they pay a small fine.
Who'd have thunk?
So, they were getting away with it, right? But then 2020 happens and Biden becomes president. And Biden's legal team is like, fuck this shit.
Biden
no.
won't get the fuck out of my DMs. Gosh darn it, Biden.
Bring him the corpse parts.
He keeps messaging me stuff like, I need you, Roland. Roland. All that's missing in this photo is you. He wants me so bad. Biden, leave me alone.
Joe Byron.
Joe Biden and Shaka U do have a really long and complicated history. When we get to the Shaka U lecture 2, we'll talk about that.
I thought this was the Shaka U weed law, Shaka U crossover lecture.
Yeah, but we're not going to talk about Biden. That's still top secret. Biden's involvement in Shaka U, we deleted his lecture.
Oh. I wasn't there for. You mean I wasn't there for the Biden
had him
lecture?
come out to record a lecture.
Yeah.
And deemed it irresponsible for it to be released to the public. So we deleted
Biden
it.
gave the Skibbity toilet lecture.
No, he did fucking not.
It's true. We have video of it.
No, it's deleted.
No, it's deleted. It had to be
all
fucking
true.
deleted the
It's true.
Skibbity toilet Biden lecture.
Biden. See, this joke was going so well, and then you said skibbity toilet, and it just stopped being funny.
Joe Biden's skibbity
Yo,
toilet
everyone
lecture
needs to
on our
watch Skibbity
Patreon.
Toilet. It actually goes unironically hard.
Don't
It's like
listen to him.
Eldritch
Don't
Horror,
listen to him.
postmodernism.
Don't listen to him.
Kaiju.
Postmodernism.
Don't listen.
Postmodern is fuck, Jackson.
It's
And
crazy.
Yeah, so is
coming
Yeek.
in
What
his
would happen to
grave.
that?
I don't even know what postmodernism is.
Hitball's pretty postmodern too. Come to think of it.
Hey,
Hey, Yeek is
I'll add that to the pitch document.
a postmodern webcomic.
Postmodern webcomic.
Tyler, you have to give the postmodernism lecture.
I mean, watch the Jordan Peterson lecture.
Oh,
Pre-modernism.
That pretty well covers it.
What about pre-modernism?
No,
That's just modernism.
Pre-postmodernism.
we talked
would be
about
modern.
futurism at some point on this fucking channel.
Several times, actually.
Alright, so Biden reopens the Johnson & Johnson case
Crazy.
and goes back and makes them actually fucking pay. Isn't that great?
Yeah,
Fuck Johnson & Johnson.
yeah.
So, that's why full-on legalization is a really bad idea, in my opinion. Alright, have y'all heard about Oregon and their recent drug policy?
No, I don't think I have.
So their basic idea is we don't want to make drugs legal, so corporations can't use them, but we're going to decriminalize them. So if you get caught using fentanyl, we won't throw you in jail for 15 years. That makes a lot of sense on paper, right?
Yeah, that sounds about good. That sounds good to me.
It is not working out in
No,
Oregon.
oh.
Yeah, because then the corporations can still use the drugs.
No, but the crime rate in Oregon has dramatically increased since this was passed.
How? It's not a crime.
Yeah, wait,
No,
what?
but violent
Other
crime is
crimes.
definitely associated with hard drug use.
Ah, you're so
All of a
right.
sudden, you're not incentivized to keep your heroin addiction private anymore.
Oh,
You can
no.
do it on the
Oh,
street.
that's so-
You can
such a
do
good
it in your
point.
McDonald's.
Dang it.
You walk into McDonald's.
Robbery is
seated.
going up. They highly suspect that addiction is going up, but maybe they're just seeing what was always there. So they're immediately... Tourism is going down, but it's fucking Oregon, so I mean...
Wait, what city's in Oregon? Every state has like its own big city. I forgot where it was in
Gravity Falls.
Oregon's.
Yeah,
Gravity
can
Falls, you're right.
Can somebody Google Oregon cities for me real
Portland.
quick?
It's
I
Portland,
think Gravity
Oregon.
Falls is a little bit bigger though.
Anyways, so they're in the process of rolling back and recriminalizing all of these drugs. Very sad, but it makes a really good point. Decriminalization is not necessarily the answer to drugs. So that leaves me with the question, what is the most humane way to legally deal with drugs in this society?
I'd say that it'd be a lot easier to handle drug use amongst the masses if they made it, not privatized, what's the fucking word? If they made it like, if they put actual checks in place, like facilities in which you could do drugs, and then you'd have a medical professional there just in case something bad were to happen.
So you're only allowed to do your cocaine within the cocaine
Within the
facility.
crack house.
Yeah, that's exactly
Within the
what I'm
crack
saying.
house.
Yes, Roland.
I think I was gonna say exactly what Deion said, but but specifically just to weed people off of the drugs, like a sort of detoxification
Don't
sort of
think
system.
we don't know how to weed them out.
Yeah, just it's meant less to like do drugs and more like so you can do like a medically necessary amount while you're like getting off of the drug. Because if you go cold turkey, a lot of drugs can just kill you.
Well, do you know about Suboxone clinics?
Something like that is what I was thinking. Yeah.
But that doesn't get rid of meth the way that decriminalization and legalization are supposed to. Or get rid of the black market for meth.
No, it doesn't. But I would think it would help.
It would also help if they like made, I don't know, what's the fucking generic brand meth?
Generic brand meth.
Walmart meth.
Well, here's the thing: is that if you have the black market, you're gonna have a black market either way. Because even if you legalize it, you're just gonna have the big corporation be that
POV,
new
the weed
market.
black market, where there's no difference between the corporations and the people selling it, except the corporations are white and have a stamp of approval.
Exactly.
So true.
So, I'm not quite
Ow.
sure. As you can see, drug law is filled with a lot of people with really good intents, and it just didn't, it fucks up a lot. Drugs are really fucking horrible, and they ruin a lot of lives, and that's
Not mine though.
hard to manage.
I'm different.
Like when you do them, Tyler, right? Yeah.
No.
No.
When I
On that note, everyone in Maryland, Salvia divinorum is legal. 100%, and you should do it. Like now. You should go online.
if you look
to
under your seat,
Perp-
you'll find.
Well, I mean, if anyone ever wants to try
He
it, I
puts
can
like a
definitely
little
supply you.
vial of salvia under all our chairs.
I'll wait.
But
Wait for
everyone,
warmer
when you
weather.
go home, go to purplesticky.com, you too audience, if you live in Maryland.
What?
Order a bong and then
No,
smoke it.
mm.
Or everyone should do DMT, but that's very illegal. Or everyone should do shrooms. That's very illegal.
Shaka University
No.
does not endorse the message that you should do drugs that are illegal within your state. We approve and always follow the law wherever it may apply to us.
Bro, we love DMT.
No, we are. I don't know who the fuck we is.
And this is getting
I don't play Nintendo.
This
French
is my
now.
last big point. So, Maryland has just basically finished its fucking weed legalization arc. And I would give us like a C-.
Weeded.
We could have done better.
Sure.
we are currently in the process of legalizing psychedelics. There is something called, and I'm not kidding, the Psychedelic Task Force, which has been appointed by the Maryland State Senate. It is a think tank, that their entire job is to start sending out law proposals to slowly legalize psychedelics.
Did this just turn into the Disco Elysium lecture? Like, what the fuck? The Psychedelic Task Force, huh?
So, you just heard me rant about shrooms, DMT, and salvia, right? Obviously, I think psychedelics are cool and should be legal. However, I think that Maryland could really fuck up. We could do a lot of harm in the way
Parable
we
of the
legalize
sower. We
psychedelics.
could have that.
Parable of the Sower?
We have one of those situations happening. You know what I'm talking about, Tyler?
I don't.
In Parable of the Sower, and it's like future America, everything's fucked. One of the big fuck thing is that there's gangs addicted to this psychedelic that makes them go crazy. But then while they're in that state, they feel the urge to light things on fire and stare at it. So you have these gangs of like crackheads roaming throughout the US, and they're just ransacking towns and burning everything in the ground to get a high.
What?
And that's what happened to Maryland if we
Also,
legalize psychedelics.
I think more realistically, a lot of the ways they're talking about legalizing psychedelics right now is in a therapy context. And we already know the healthcare industry is vaguely racist. So I think what we're going to see is, let's say you're a 35-year-old white woman and you ask your therapist for shrooms. Let's say you're a 22-year-old black man. Die, suffer, not valid, you're a fucking druggie.
No, what we should do is we should have like clinics where you go in and you get like the shrooms and shit, but the first time you do it, they put you down in a room and they make you look at scary images while you take the shrooms.
Why?
No, because if you're cool about it, you get...
It's the test. This is how you get a license to do psychedelics. They put you in a room and make you watch that video from the fucking Clockwork Orange.
If you're cool, you get your license. But if you like freak out and like kill the vibe, you don't get anything.
Kill the vibe. Good vibes only.
So anyways, that's been Shaka You. That's Weed Law 101. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, why?
The reason I wanted to give this lecture is because I went to a weed law conference and listened to these weed lawyers, and I was really mad and really upset. And no one in law school seemed to be willing to talk through the blatantly racist coded language.
Yeah.
But I have my own fucking YouTube channel where I can say whatever the fuck I want.
And it's called AM, but you're on Shaka University too.
And crossed over when? 12-hour lecture?
And also, I really appreciated the Black Advocacy Group's really clever way of solving this really fucked up situation. And that was vaguely inspiring. So that's kind of my thought process. Yeah.
What did this have to do with weed law again?
Your mom.
I'm sorry.
What do you mean? I talked all about weed law.
Wait, you talked about drug law, but
Weed. What is weed?
I talked about the
weed is a drug?
No, it's a plant. It's not a drug.
I thought we were talking about the stuff in the yards. What
I
are you?
mean, we are.
It's not a plant. All right, it's not a drug.
Oh my god, Tyler.
It's not a drug. It's a plant.
Oh, by the way, anyone who smokes weed, if possible, you should grow your own weed, because every corporation you buy weed from is fucking evil and their lawyers are bad.
It'd be like that.
You
Separate
can't
the
grow
art
your
from
own
the
pot,
artist.
Do it. But for those of you currently high, you are high on blood money right now. People are
They're coming for you. Look behind you. He's here. Wake up!
You do not identify the bodies in the water.
What's wrong with you?
You do not recognize them.
What is wrong?
Thank you so much for humoring me.
It's crazy.